to talk about the subject until we talk about the subject.
No,
we can talk.
Introduce it.
we're late. I just realized we're late.
Oh, we're late, but we're here. It's Fresh Friday.
Fresh Friday. What's up, people? We are riding, the four of us today. So glad you all can join us for Fresh Friday. We actually started the conversation topic off air. And I told Kevin to keep talking, but he got a little nervous and decided to.
I got a little nervous because I didn't want to get that sound bite, like on videos on Facebook, like when you scroll past it, like I didn't want to come in at the wrong button and be like, what did he say? Like, I gotta make sure they know what the topic is. And hear my perspective.
Yeah, I understand.
So, what's up, Shania, Sister Shania? God changes not.
Hi, Shania.
It sound like
what you calling?
What do you say like that for?
You sound like a dad.
Right. Hi, Shania.
Sorry. Are you talking about me? Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Shania.
Hi, Shania. Let me share before I forget.
That's what I'm doing right now before I forget.
Yeah. Y'all come on and share for another Fresh Friday.
There it is.
Hi, Shania. How are you? Praise the Lord.
Did I do something to
Hi.
Now you can tell when Pastor Nick be focusing on something, and then when he's like, back.
You get me, Kevin.
Because he was just like, hi, Shania. Now he's back here.
and I like mess with her too. Like, oh, hey,
right.
how you doing,
Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. What's up, Ashley? Hey, Angela. How are you?
Hey, Angela.
Dahlia Torres.
Where are you guys watching from tonight?
Yeah, let us know where you're watching
Fort Worth, Texas.
Nice.
Man, I hope I can travel next year. Go back to Texas. I miss
They got
Dallas.
Good food. They got that food
man.
down there, man.
Yeah, man. One of my favorite restaurants is down there.
Yeah, I need to go see about that. You told me about it, so I'm like, yeah, I need to go check them out.
Yeah, I want to go to
Fort Worth.
It's what I like is in Dallas. My favorite one. It's my favorite one down there. It's a good restaurant, man. Woo. Take some money with you. It's good though.
Yeah.
What's up,
girl? Sicklerville.
Hey, Pat Barkley, how you doing?
What's up, Dre?
From New York.
New York. Kev got the fresh cut. I see the fresh lineup, fresh fade.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you.
Your beard lined up right. Yeah.
You gotta keep everything fresh.
Oh.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Right. Okay.
Right. I see you and Antoine have some of the same look going. He got the curls up top too, and the and the fade. And
Antoine stepped into a new chapter in his life, so he wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
For the deep. I like it's a good look on him.
Yeah, I missed my barbershop appointment yesterday, so I'm looking a little scruffy around here. But
are you already doing it? You went back to doing it again?
No, I had a flat tire yesterday, so I couldn't make it.
No, I remember before you said you was just gonna let it grow.
Oh no, I found the length that I wanted, and then I couldn't let it grow too much. I'd be in too many business stuff.
That's right. You can't have it go with the mask too. Like when you take your mask off, your beard be pushed back and stuff like that. So you got to find the right length during this time because you'll be looking like a fool with your hair all out and stuff like that. Yeah. You got to find the right length.
If I didn't have all these business things and pastoring, I'll probably have one of them freeways, the one all the way down here.
His beard was long, dude.
Had it fake. They taper it and it's like real thick and it's tapered. Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm no fool.
They like you from Philly? They be like, nah, you're from Philly. Because the Philly guys have the real beard. Yeah,
the real thick joints.
Had it joint shined up too. You put
the the moisturizing conditioner in that bad boy, the beard oil.
Comb that bad boy.
You don't understand, like it's a whole process that goes through that. People just think it's like, no, you gotta moisturize, you gotta shampoo, like it's a lot.
Really?
It's
a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Well,
I'm learning. I have a baby beard right now, so I'm learning.
Antoine, you can't connect for nothing. What are you talking about?
It's
Right,
yeah.
that's the struggle right there. Like,
All he
that
got
is
is
It's the small
struggle.
face.
You can't
That-
go
No,
up
I
here.
got it all the way around now.
No, but can you grow up top here, like here?
I don't know. We'll see what
Up
happens.
here is the
We'll see
hardest.
what happens. I'm growing. Hey, look, it's genetics. I got more hair than my dad. I'm winning, so it's all good.
You got a little thing right here. That's it.
I got more hair than him. I'm
Pastor
winning.
Nick,
Yeah.
have you seen your latest headshot?
Yes, I saw it.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
I was gonna comment. I was like,
You mean this
What?
one here?
why
Now
is
he
the
definitely looks like
thing?
he's from Philly in that picture.
Right, that beard looks all huge. I hate to say this. Why does Bishop look like Carlton Banks? Doesn't he? Doesn't he look like Carlton
Yes,
Banks?
he does.
Oh my gosh, he does.
He gets a little.
He does.
He does like
And
Carlton.
Lonnie
looks the same.
He looks real
He
studious.
does.
Real studious.
Mhm.
He looks like he's in a Pixar movie. Like he's about
Yeah.
to do like
You better teach a music class. You better about to teach a music class.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Look like he in Soul.
right.
Yeah.
right. He does look like he's in Soul.
Yeah. Reverend Prescott looking like a Disney princess. You know,
Right.
she,
He looks like she's ready to like ride a horse or something. Like she's the princess about to save the town or some stuff.
right.
That is funny.
Maya's eyes were like that big when she did hers. It was
Oh, they're funny.
so let's put our one gotta go up real quick so we can start talking.
Southern Illinois.
Y'all,
Matter
y'all,
which
y'all
one?
there?
Let's do this
Don't
one.
matter. Don't matter.
Ooh.
This is actually pretty easy for me though.
This is easy for me too.
For me too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll let y'all go first and I'll go after.
All right. For me, it's definitely Lord of the Rings.
I co-sign that.
I co-sign as well.
I
Yeah.
love it, but over Pixar movies, I don't know, Pastor Nick.
Pastor Nick, come on. This is not even a discussion. Look up there. Come on now.
I don't
Really?
know, Pastor Nick. I know you don't agree.
Wait,
but
did you
I
see the
over
Harry
Pixar.
Potter movies, Pastor Nick?
No,
You
I plan on watching them.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta. This is Lord of the Rings. They gotta go. They gotta go. Sorry.
It's a good movie. There's a good series. I enjoy the series, but if one gotta go, they gotta go.
Definitely Lord of the Rings. Hottest.
So I need James Bond.
Sure.
Yeah, I need James Bond. Like
I need James Bond.
when I was young, I wanted to be James Bond. That was my like career.
Can you imagine?
That was your goal in life.
Like driving nice cars, had the nice Tom Ford suits. Who didn't want that? I still want that if you ask me.
Wait a minute. As a kid, you wanted Tom Ford suits?
I wanted to be James Bond. Like I still do. Like who does not want to? Like it's like the best life. Like you see the cars, the Aston Martins. Come on now. Oh.
Don't forget, some people are shooting at you all the time. But I mean, yeah, but yeah, go for that.
There's that.
Hey, if you're
Go
a
for
winner,
that.
they're throwing spikes and stuff at you. If you're Star Wars, you're fighting aliens and stuff. Each one. The only people
depends.
watching Pixar.
Let me see.
All right, Pastor Nick, go ahead, man.
So oh my God. So all of you, first off, I'm offended at all of you with
Why?
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy is probably to me, the only perfect trilogy out there. There was nothing wrong with none of those movies. I mean, from beginning to end, absolutely.
No, it was good.
Even though they're not my favorite, they are absolute perfection. And to take them out is simply blasphemous.
I mean, I wouldn't go that
Always
far.
the vocabulary that
It is
makes trying to
blasphemous.
make his point even more like
Blasphemous.
All right,
Now,
so where you going?
Lord of the Rings is probably the most perfect trilogy probably out there.
Yes, it's
Honestly,
a good trilogy.
it would between Harry Potter and Pixar.
You haven't seen Harry Potter, so you can't make a fair judgment, though.
Yes, I can. Just like you always make fair judgments when it comes to food.
Oh,
No, I
boy.
tasted the food. I don't like it. It's different.
Oh, boy.
I honestly, I probably had even. I'm gonna watch the Harry Potter movies, but I'm probably gonna pick those because I can't get rid of Incredibles and Pixar,
right.
Souls and Pixar, and all those Pixar movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I could never give up James Bond.
Nope.
Daniel Craig is the best James Bond to me. I'm sorry, these last
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am so mad they pushed this movie back and they won't release it yet. The new one. I'm like, I need you to hurry up and bring this movie out.
Just when you hear the James Bond music.
So Star Wars is my favorite franchise of all time. So that's going nowhere.
Absolutely.
The MCU definitely can't go anywhere.
That can't go nowhere.
Said, Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite trilogies ever. Ever. And I thought about Pixar at first, and I started looking up the Pixar movies like Soul.
I was about to say it's hard. I can't get rid of Pixar.
Pixar has a lot.
Coco.
Yeah, Soul can go.
What? She said, "Who can go? Where'd she go? What happened? What happened? Hold on, we lost her. Hello, Maya. Hello.
I'm just saying.
Take this down. Take it down. Take this thing down.
Maya, what?
You said Soul.
I said what I said. I didn't say it wasn't a good movie. So it was an excellent movie, but it was missing something. It didn't make me cry.
It's not supposed to make you cry.
That's how I judge how good a Pixar movie is. Yeah.
How it makes you cry?
No, wait,
that's how it stirs up the emotions.
So
Toy Story made you cry?
Yes.
Toy Story, the last one did. That was sad. I didn't cry, but it was sad. It was a tear.
But Incredibles doesn't make you cry. That was a great
Incredibles. Movie. You cried for Incredibles?
I might cry for the third one.
There was only two.
See the second one. I meant the second one.
She don't even know what she's talking about. We're on to the topic.
Don't do that. I know what I'm talking about. Thank you.
No.
Soul was not one of the greatest Pixar movies. It's a fact.
You are a black racist. You are Uncle Ruckus. You are Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. You are Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks.
They could have done better.
You are a racist. You picked the only black movie and said I don't like it out of all the rest of them.
No, because I know they could have done better.
The movie was great the way it was.
It was a really
what was missing
really
for
good
you?
Movie. Like I said, there were just things that it didn't connect all. What happened to Blue? It was like
the whole premise of the movie is if all of the souls knew each other after they came to Earth, then they would all know. Everybody would know each other. That's the whole.
I understand that has nothing to do with them knowing each other.
But when 22 comes to the Earth. But when 22 comes to the Earth, he would never know who she is. She wouldn't know who he is because
they still could have gave us a preview.
Where Maya's coming from, because there's
makes no sense.
Have that you're missing something. Like there's certain movies you'd be like, oh my gosh, you have high expectations for it. It's good, but it's just like, but you're missing something. It's like the writers got tired and they didn't feel like exploring a certain storyline or something like that.
It's true, and Disney knew the value in it too because they didn't make people charge for it.
What sense did that make? Like
it was free for the things that they want people to see, and they know there's a high investment. They make people pay to watch it.
They probably did it. You want to know why? Let's be honest, because it was a black movie.
I don't think
they
that's true because there's other movies.
No, but hello, like the new
Cruella.
I ain't paying no $30 to see that.
It's $30.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not paying no $30
for the premiere.
The things they want to make money on, they charge for.
The stuff they know going to make a huge amount of money on, that's what they make. That's what they charge for.
So why wouldn't? Okay, whatever. We'll talk about this later.
Well, no, we got to revisit this. We have to revisit it.
I am hurting church right now.
Because you know the Little Mermaid is going to be a black, so we'll see. If
I'm experiencing church. I'm experiencing church hurt right now. Well, the movies are opening up, so they're going to. I'm experiencing church hurt right now. I'm going to leave Fr3sh because I am hurt.
Bye.
And I'm hurt. You know what? Let's just move on.
You learn something new every week with Maya.
Don't start.
She disappoints me every single week. Every week without fail, there's something that makes me disappointed in her.
Oh, good job, well done then.
And I love her. Ain't nobody better mess with her. I love her dearly. But I swear.
That is so funny.
I asked her mom who raised her. She said she doesn't know either. I don't.
I'm just saying.
We literally could do this whole Fr3sh Friday on why you don't like Soul. I really want to go.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I did not say that.
But you pinpointed Soul out of all the stuff.
Out of a majority for me of the Pixar movies, Soul does not rank in the top 3. No,
so
it's not the best.
Top 3?
I would say definitely Monsters Inc., Toy Story, and I don't know, maybe Cars. I like that one too.
Monsters Inc. is in your top 3?
Yeah, that was a good one.
You know what? I'm going to tell your mom to punch you in the arm to make you cry. If that's what you need to do. If that's what you need to do. Or put some onions around you so you tear up. Like,
oh, Maya. Oh, poor Maya.
Wait a minute. Incredibles is not in your top 3?
Oh, Incredibles is good. Yeah, I would take that over Cars.
To do Incredibles. Now,
that was like the best Pixar movie. Like
Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, I think is better than Monsters Inc.
I didn't see Finding Dory. I saw Finding Nemo.
Finding Dory was actually a pretty good sequel. It was a pretty good sequel.
It was. But the one movie I'm really liking the more I watch it is Coco.
Oh, Coco. That's the Pixar one. So definitely Coco's number 1 because that makes me cry every time. And then Up.
But why?
Onward too? Yeah.
But why the tears that make a movie so great though? Like
they're supposed to pull on your emotions. That was make movies so good.
Whether
it makes you angry or mad or sad, like that's what brings you into the movies.
So you felt nothing.
What about thinking? What about thinking?
You didn't
think about stuff.
Happy.
Soul did make me think.
Inspired. Answer the question of life. All these different things.
I get all those answers from other movies besides Soul as well.
So you don't like serious movies then?
No, I do.
Lies.
Let's move on because we're
I'm trying to get on my nerve.
Almost 7:20.
Wow,
one's got to go. It's got to be Antoine.
Oh my gosh! Wow, there's a lot of kicking. These bottles are rotating. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell Dr. Umar you don't like Soul. So anyway,
I'm gonna play it safe tonight.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
You don't know who Dr. Umar is? Look him up.
Don't even go.
Just look him up.
Kevin doesn't know either.
Y'all, they both missed it. Don't even worry about it. I shouldn't even said it. So anyway, today's topic.
We here together.
Brave too. Okay,
today's topic, we're going to talk about what was supposed to be serious, which is how do we deal with church hurt?
Oh boy.
And the pain of being hurt by someone in church. How do you deal when you don't expect a human being in the house of God to be a human being? I'm sorry, I'm being sarcastic. Let me stop.
That's it right there.
But let's on a serious note, there are a lot of people who like the Southern Baptist Church right now is going through a lot of revelations about sexual abuse. You know, and assault and all those things. Now, those are more serious things. That's a whole different monster where people just, let's keep it regular, general. That stuff is just totally uncalled for. We don't vouch for that. We don't call for no sexual abuse. Nobody, none of that stuff. That is not okay. So serious stuff like that, no, that's not cool in nowhere. Saved, unsaved, church, not church. I don't care where you are. You respect people's boundaries and don't take advantage of them.
Right.
So we're not talking about those major, victimization situations, if I could say it like that.
Yeah.
We're talking about the normal day-to-day disagreements, having problems, betrayal, that kind of stuff. That's a whole serious monster within and of itself. And, but what do y'all think about, we talked about this before we started. I'll throw this out here. I think that one, we overestimate people that go to church because we go to church and expect everybody to be super loving, super happy. And I get it. If you didn't grow up in church, you grow in thinking that everybody's going to be cool. And then you discover that there's human beings in there and you're hurt by it because something happens. I think there's a perspective issue, number one. Number two, I think, why do we blame the whole institution when it was only a few people? So like when people say the church, what do you mean the church? The church you go to? Because every other church is not like that church. The other thing is why do we have a tendency to focus so much more on the pain of life and the pain of people rather than the good people that came in? So if I sit there and say, somebody hurt me in church, I don't trust nobody in church no more, that means I would have to discard. I learned how to drive from somebody in church. That's how I get my driver's permit, because somebody taught me from church. People gave me clothes in church, when I didn't have any food. All these things, I would have to discard all that and only focus on the few people. Now, again, this is my story. I can't say for anybody else's. I would discard all the good and only focus on the bad. Now, again, that's my story. People have a different story, and I'm not knocking that. I just have these questions. And I think you get hurt in church, it happens. There's human beings. But why do we blame the whole entire institution? Is everybody like those two people? So anyway, y'all talk.
So I'll start off by saying that what I was saying before we got on is like Pastor Nick said, I feel like it's the expectations that we set on those that are in church. So we cannot expect everyone to be adults in church. We can't expect them to all think alike. We can't expect them to all have the right mind and right perspective when it comes to how you show the love of God in the sanctuary or in the church. But another piece to it for me, I would just say it's an identity crisis as well, because you have to know who you are, because when someone comes at you crazy or something like that, when it comes to church, you just got to know, like, you know what, I'm gonna move different towards you, but I'm gonna still go. I'm not gonna blame the church as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pray for you, but I'm gonna keep my distance. And I feel like that's something that people battle with when it comes to dealing with people in general, when it comes to like friendships and stuff like that. When someone hurts you, you don't know how to cut that tie. Whereas when I experience something, I'm big on action. So once you show me something one good time, I'll forgive you. But that don't mean we're busting it up. That means we're not eating at the same table. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're one side of the church, I'm on the other side of the church. But I'm not gonna let you come in between my relationship with God and my worship and whatever ministry or whatever I'm part of, so that's how I look at it. So it's definitely, I think it's an identity crisis as well, because why would you let someone chase you away from a relationship that you want to build with God? If I'm saying it right, I don't want to hurt no feelings.
No, I think that was good. And to piggyback off of everything, church hurt, I never fully understood the extent of how deep it ran until interacting with certain people. They're like, I've been hurt in the church before, and I'm like, okay. Like when they said that, I thought it was like a serious hurt, but more so it was more like, okay, they were rejected, which made them feel a certain way. And okay, I said, well, not everybody's going to accept you, and it is what it is. I think with church hurt, and don't think this harsh, it's a very a lot of people use it in a very adolescent way. It's almost like we're high schoolers trapped in church. Something happens, and now I don't want to be your friend. Now I don't want to be here. I'm done with your little crew. Get me out of here. I can't wait to graduate so I can be done with the people I'm around. Start fresh. But then you start fresh, and it happens again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now you have to consider: was it the people, or was it you? Now, as Pastor Nick already alluded to, those serious things such as people abusing and all that stuff, that's a no-go, and that's a serious issue. But these simple things of someone not liking you, someone not picking you to do something, you being rejected, or somebody saying something you don't like, that's common. That happens at work all on a daily basis. You go into the store, somebody gonna look at you crazy. It's stuff that we have to deal with. And as Darcel, she said, everyone should be adults. Everybody should have a form of maturity to understand that when we get into this, there's a lot of people who aren't perfect, who are going to make mistakes and are going to show who they are. Not everyone's completely transformed. None of us are. all of us are going to do something that's going to offend somebody. But that's not a reason, or even though we shouldn't be aiming for it, but something may offend somebody. But there is not a reason for you to leave the church. Because the church itself, the building didn't hurt you. It was someone in the building that hurt you. So why leave the place that's helping you, growing you because of one individual? You can lead, you can move groups, do whatever, talk to your pastor, get some advice, keep it moving. You know, but not a lot of people like to do that. They like to point the finger and make an excuse for them to leave a place to go to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes it's easier to, you know, put it on other people than to identify what the true problem is in yourself. You know, church is full of wounded people, and sometimes we react the best way we know how. It doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really important that before you make a brash decision, that you sit down and think, okay, is this just a situation that I'm having with a person? Is it the church? In some cases, maybe it is the church. If it's like if it's, you know, a whole systematic thing, but you have to be able to clear-headedly make that decision for yourself. And I think we were talking before about how why would we expect more from the church than we do from our own family, something along those lines, right? Mm-hmm. Not everyone comes from a good family background, so they're longing for that connection, or they're searching for it in the church. And I think when you have that eagerness and you see that it doesn't, you know, hit the way that you want it to, it hurts more. Yeah. So that might be a reason why it might steer someone away from the church.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Shania's here too.
Oh, and some people have. Hi, Shania.
Hello, Shania.
looking like your mama.
She looks just
like her. But I think that people. You're right. Some people here's how we do it, right? I think this is true of human beings anywhere. Mm-hmm. We try to work out our family issues everywhere that we go. Mm. It can be subconscious where you're not paying attention to it. Mm-hmm. So instead of you going to work to get paid, you go to work for relationship purposes, to have friends, people to communicate with. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. We all need communal relationships wherever we are. But then we come to church, and again, like you said, Maya, sometimes we come looking for this group to compensate for this group. Yeah. And then you find out that there are people in this group that are just as crazy as the group you came from. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I grew up in church, so I kind of understand it more versus somebody who didn't grow up in church. But from my years of counseling, the majority of times when I talk to people about their greatest wounds, they're not from folk in church. They're from family members, their upbringing, that's really hurting them that much. And, you know, again, it's not like we're trying to minimize what happens to people. We're just trying to teach people how to process when these things happen and have a fair expectation for human beings, no matter where they are. Because quite frankly, we have a higher expectation for folk in church than we do of ourselves in church. Because some of the folk I know love talking about church hurt, have sure hurt a lot of people. They've said some out-of-pocket stuff while complaining about other people being out of pocket with them. They're insensitive towards others while they're talking about other people being insensitive. So I'm like, come on, y'all, let's be fair here, you know, and let's look at this both ways. Am I guilty of some of the stuff I'm complaining about? You mad that they blasting you, but you online blasting everybody go to your church. Like, come on, y'all. Or maybe like Maya said, this one church you're in, the system isn't working for you. You can find another house to go to that God can call you to where you can grow and learn. But don't give up the whole entire thing because of a few people. Yeah. But Shania, you had a good comment. I was going to reference it, but then now you're here. So say on.
Let me go back to what my comment actually said. What did I say? Okay, I said, I hope I'm framing this right, but sometimes I feel as if people are already iffy on whether or not they want to fully do church. So they use one situation as a catapult for why they won't commit to a church. I hope I framed that correctly. But right. Like, there's a lot of people, like, even in my age demographic, like, they'll they'll say that they won't do church because so and so is going to judge them on this. But it's like at the end of the day, they have no heaven or hell to put you in. So why are you going to keep yourself from coming to church, doing church together? Because that's the other thing that I think people don't understand too. Like, you can be like, some people say like, oh, I can be a Christian without going to church. But it's like, where 2 or 3 are gathered, he is in the midst. You need somebody else to be there to help you get through those situations. Iron sharpens iron. So for me, it's just like, I don't understand why people think that you don't really have to do church in order for you to fully be a Christian.
Yeah. You're right. They're coming in looking, and it's not everybody. Again, we're trying to be sensitive to people's wounds, because again, all of us have been hurt by somebody that go to church.
Right. Every
single one of us. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. Anywhere there's human beings, stuff's gonna happen. But if you go into it with this, I'm gonna just give it one chance, and as soon as somebody gets on your nerves, that whole church is off. Well, did you meet everybody in church? No. Did you talk to everybody to go to church? No. Well, how is it everybody? It's just that one person. And Satan will do what he can do to get you away from a place that God has called you to make you strong. Right. And you're right, Shania. You can't do Christianity is done in in community. That's how the church has always seen it from the very beginning, from the original apostles when they were, in the book of Acts. It was always done in a community.
Right.
You can't have God as your father and the church not be your mother. You cannot separate the two. So, but I think, and I've heard people, again, I grew up in church. Their pastor corrects them. I've been hurt by the church. I ain't going here no more. Somebody correcting you necessarily is not church hurt. That's just you got mad because you got checked and you want to leave now.
Right.
That's really what it is.
But
did try to go to the principal's office.
That's why I said like it's a whole identity thing for me, because like you look at it like, are you actually there for the relationships with other people or the relationship with God? Because you get hurt by one person and we're so quick to give up on it. But outside of church, you deal with trifling people and you don't give up on that.
Every day.
Friendships, relationships. So are you actually there for church, or are you just there to be seen? And again, it is a sensitive topic, and everyone, like you said, Pastor Nick, has been hurt. I'm not saying that, it's not real. It's not, something that does not happen. But again, it goes back to, okay, look at yourself. Like, all right, what am I here for? Like, if someone didn't say good morning to me, that's on them. That's the cross they have to carry. That's not on me. So, you just gotta look. You gotta look at yourself. You gotta look in the mirror, bruh.
I just feel like a lot of people put a lot of stipulations on church. Like, they expect more out of church folk. So it's like they have a high expectation. They put everybody on a pedestal, and it's like once you don't meet their pedestal, if they have you on, then they have an attitude. But it's like at the end of the day, we are all human. So you have to look at it from that aspect too.
Yeah.
Can I jump into something? I hope I don't
go ahead.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's Fresh Friday. This is the time to jump in it.
I think some of the music we listen to in gospel, some of the preaching that we hear at large, especially like in some certain contexts, doesn't help the situation out either. Because hurt sells. And hurt gets a reaction. Pain gets a reaction. So they'll say things like church folk, and everybody starts shouting. Now notice the people that are shouting, guess where they are? They're in church, which means they are church folk. You know how church folk are. And church folk, everybody, that's how church folk are. Where are you presently at? You are in the building. You are church folk too. But again, it gets a reaction and it sells. Some of the most popular gospel music songs are songs all about pain. Come on, y'all, be real here.
No,
they are all about pain, hardship, suffering.
Yeah, it's just started shifting.
It's horrible. The church is getting on my nerves. People getting on my nerves. It's hard, and that's what sells, because people. That's my overall thing. Like I said earlier, why do we feed so much on the pain rather than the good? It's almost like, Maya hurts my feelings about soul and candy corn and and those things like that. But I don't get rid of her.
At least not yet.
Later.
Right. I mean, come on, but I mean, on a realistic scale, think about the people you're closest to. If you tell me you've never had conflict with them, you are lying. In some way, shape, or form, they've said something, did something, you said something, you did something that they didn't like, and y'all had to work it out.
Yeah.
What relationship comes without? Now, I'm not justifying. I'm not saying it's okay for stuff to be done.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, what relationship with a human being is without some measure of forgiveness?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all think of one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why y'all quiet? Y'all scared to say something
No,
now? Yeah.
no,
I mean, think about it. Think about it.
But I think that's why it's hard for us, because we deal with that, forgiving people. So I think that's why we harper on church hurt, because it's hard for us to forgive, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect at forgiving people. Like I just said 10 minutes ago, I can forgive you, but I don't want to be around you. And I'll tell you that from the like, when you do something to me, I can forgive you, but you are getting fed with a long spoon. And
that's still forgiveness, Kevin. It's okay.
It's a form of it.
It depends on what you do. If somebody hurts you bad enough, you can forgive them and move on, or forgive them, restore the relationship. So don't feel bad about putting distance when necessary.
Yeah.
Right. So I just think that you're fine. I just think that's what we battle with. That's why we harper on church hurt, because we still are battling with forgiving. And like how we said, like, we deal with people outside of the church. So you're already been hurt from family, from friends. So then when you come into the church and you get hurt more, it's just like, dang, I'm in the church and I'm still getting hurt. But like we said, church is like a hospital. You're getting clean. You're not going to go right into the church service at 8:00 and be saved and delivered at 11:00 and be good to go through the week, which is why you have things to keep you fed throughout the week. You have Bible study. You have, you got to continue to feed your body and your relationship with God. So I think it's that forgiveness piece.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Share your thoughts, Mike. Go ahead.
I think too, like, it depends on the level of investment people have in being in church and making those connections, being in ministry or whatnot. Because, for example, I'm more invested in my family. I love them. I've known them my entire life. So I will handle more with them as opposed to someone on the street. Like, you cut if you frustrate me, right? And I think people take that same concept to church because they're not actually building those relationships with people that would honor that investment. Okay, we had a disagreement, we can work through it and we can move on. It's more straight to it. I'm done with you.
And something go ahead.
I would say it like this, right? And if we're looking like a practical way to get through church hurt, my previous church was a family church. My uncle was the pastor before he passed away. He founded the church. He started the church. It started in the living room, then got into a building, etc., etc. Once he passed away, it passed on to another pastor. We were serving there faithfully, but things started to happen. Things started to be said that offended the family. We didn't blast him. We didn't go after him, even though we wanted to. All we did was said, okay, God has another place. And that other place happened to be Bethany. We started to shop around and look, and went to a couple services, and I joined the church before my mother did, but that was the whole thing. So if for those people who may have experienced that type of hurt where you have the leader coming at the family, I understand, but there's a way you go about that. There's a conversation you have in private. You forgive, even though it took a very long time for us to do that, and you move on, because you got to pick and choose the way that you do these things. But the pain of it all is temporary if you allow God to be God. And that's the biggest thing. We're trying to play God and man at the same time. Well, they need to get hit back, or I'm going to just leave and I'm going to just do God's house dirty. No, you can't do that.
That's the
God takes care of your house, his house, and he'll take care of you at the same time. Now, yes, there's things that need to be talked about. There's things that need to be confronted. Nobody should be walking over you. Nobody should be talking about, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, what we're really trying to get to tonight is that you can't neglect God in his house because of people. There are going to be people while you're there There are going to be people when they leave. There's going to be people all the way up to the point that you take your last breath. You're going to be dealing with people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the hurt that you experience from family, the hurt you experience from a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend is just as equivalent as the hurt you experience at church. Even if it's from the head honcho person. But you gotta let God be God. Deal with it, feel it, cry it out, whatever. Be human. But allow God to be God. In the healing process will go. Like yeah, go ahead, God.
I mean, I had to counsel somebody who was a member of a different church, and their pastor was doing some offensive things.
There you go.
And they were affected by it. And, you know, in those situations like that, that's when it's like, you know, you have to start talking through some serious conversations with people. And that's, you know, I'm glad I ain't got to deal with that here, but do you think I'm playing? Look, I've heard stories. I've heard stories. And, you know, where, you know, in those contexts, again, those situations are different. Because it's more than just, you know, he hurt my feelings or she hurt my feelings because she corrected me. This is somebody blatantly trying to come at you that's in a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean? That's a different case. My family experienced that somewhat. I wouldn't say which side of the family. I was young at the time. And I love how my family just navigated the situation and chose to go somewhere else. You know, rather than let this person be abusive towards them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it all depends on how you look at it. And here's another thing I've learned too. I'll say this and I'll let y'all run with it. I brought it up earlier. We bring our issues everywhere we go. Our rejection issues, you know, our grief, all those things. And sometimes we try to expect this whole entity to fix this thing. I remember one time, I tell the story often. This lady said, I never speak to her. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I speak to everybody on the church. Even if it's a general, hey, y'all wave, that's me speaking to everybody. Mm-hmm. And, you know, come to find out, this person would just stand by the wall and hope that I would see her walking by. And she interpreted her standing by the wall and waiting for me to see her, and me not seeing her as me not liking her and me rejecting her. No, I just didn't see her because you're hiding from me. Mm. And you want me to search you out amongst a whole crowd of people to come find you. But again, sometimes we do things, as Shania said earlier, we do things to confirm our hurts. Mm-hmm. I'm already feeling some type of way. And then we do things to confirm the way that we're feeling. And then get mad at people in our institution because they're not meeting our expectations or they're fulfilling our own perceived negative slights, if I can say it like that. All right, I'll be good. Why y'all so quiet now? Okay.
Well, that was good.
I'm just saying. I mean, we do it. We do it, and we try to work out our issues with people. And it's not their fault. It's not their job to be all things to us. Our Savior is Jesus, not people.
Right.
You can have a mother figure, but they're not your mother. You can be your father figure, but they're not your father. You know, we have to put expectations where they need to be.
And I don't mean to be, you know, on the other side looking at this, but I think sometimes people just like to be in the present to just please people. And when they don't get the acceptance or get the, you know, that they're looking for, then they associate that with church hurt.
Yeah, that rejection thing from people who, as Bishop likes to eloquently say, emotionally qualified themselves for promotions and things in the church. That thing will make you deteriorate in a minute, man. You don't get your way, especially if you have an entitlement or a spoiled nature,
right,
about you. That'll do it. I mean, everything's not for you, even though you think you're qualified for it.
Not only that, if you walk in and expect people to speak to you, but you don't speak to people, that's not.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yep,
that's a problem. Say something to him first. Pastor Nick's a busy man. I'm just saying.
Not even that situation in particular. I'm just saying in general, like you're coming in, you know, you should be coming in. Not saying that everyone comes in happy to church and stuff like that, but you can't expect someone to do something that you don't already do.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. All right. You ready to have some fun, or y'all want to keep talking about this?
I'm cool with it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Have some fun.
Let's get mad at Maya again. Come on, let's do something.
Maya, you'll redeem yourself on this.
No, she
Maya can't catch a break when she
No, she won't.
Now
Now I want y'all to know that she likes all of these.
No,
All
I
8 of them.
don't.
She likes all 8. Okay.
I
None
do
of these are
not.
good to me.
Stop lying. They're on the pulpit.
So what is the what is the nastiest candy?
All of
Now,
What is number 1?
I think number 1 is the what are those things called? I had
Isn't
the
it chocolate on the
I
inside.
think I know what they are, but I don't know what they're
Yeah.
called.
The second one is Circus Peanuts. The third one, the Necco things, I can't remember the exact name. The fourth one is, of course, black licorice. Butterscotch number 5. That disgusting hellbound candy corn number 6.
The hell, boy.
Number 7. It probably won't even burn in hell either. Number 7. It probably won't. The way they make the stuff they make that thing, it probably can outlast the fire and everything.
Oh, wow.
Number 7, I can't remember the name of those, but they're nasty.
What's that? Saltwater taffy or something?
No, I don't think they're not saltwater taffy.
Number 4 is licorice.
Number 4 is black licorice. Number 8 is the almond joy.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh.
Get this out the way.
Oh my God.
All these are nasty except for number 6 and number 8.
Oh jeez.
But if I had to pick the worst, it would be number 4.
Black licorice.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Is that your soul of the group? You would pick the black licorice, and you don't like soul, right? Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Is there a coincidence?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. First off, almond joys are disgusting.
Yes, they are.
Almond joys are not disgusting.
What?
Candy corn is disgusting.
They are disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
All this is bad.
This is all nasty. Like this, I can't even say which one is the number 1. They're all.
What are those things called? I'm trying to look it up now.
You talking about the white one, the first one, right? Yeah,
the first one. I had it, and I can't remember these darn names.
Chocolate in it or something.
They look like
good and plenty. They're good and plenty. I knew it.
Oh
yeah,
disgusting.
They're
Those are gross.
Oh, disgusting. The funniest thing is number 3 is like, it's
like a sweet tart almost.
Yeah, like that looks like a sweet tart. That's like when you act like you had medicine, like when you were young, like, oh, let me see.
Like a tum.
These are all these. Oh my God, I don't even.
This is hard. For number 1, God, I'm gonna have to go with 8 because I can't do it.
You don't like coconut?
Oh my gosh, coconut's terrible. I can't do it.
Yeah, coconut. Oh my God.
Was that a peanut on top of it?
I think so, yeah.
That's almond. It's an almond. It's an almond joy.
Almond joy.
Whatever.
The story just say right there on the thing. It's right there on the thing.
Antoine, reading is fundamental, sir.
It is, and right now my brain ain't working because all this stuff is
You
nasty.
said a peanut.
Reading is fundamental.
Y'all is one shit.
I know.
This is nasty.
So Maya's going with number 4. Antoine's going with number 8.
Yeah, I can't.
Kevin, what you got?
I'm going with number. I'm gonna go with number 8.
Mm-hmm. Blessings.
Shania.
I also have to agree with Maya. Number 6 is good. I don't really understand why y'all don't like them.
How?
But number 1 for me is going to be black licorice. Everything else is disgusting besides number 6.
When you think you know a person.
Learn something new every day.
I don't understand why y'all don't like it.
Because candy corn is disgusting. It tastes like wax. Like
so gross.
How do you know what wax tastes like?
I was a kid at one time, Maya. I tasted wax. That's why I was a kid, okay? I was a kid, okay?
He used to stick his finger in the candles when they were done blowing them out, and he let it melt in his finger.
No, I wouldn't do all that. Jeez, that's the
I say, Pastor Nick, do you need some counseling?
No. But candy corn is disgusting. It's just nothing but nonstop sugar. And
what's wrong
it's
with
just
sugar?
disgusting. It is nasty.
Not that type of
It
sugar.
doesn't have no balance to it. It's just
Thank you, Antoine. It has
Oh
no
my
balance to it.
gosh.
Thank you. There's no.
It's nothing to it that's appeasing. It's just.
But if you want to be honest, none of this stuff nowadays is the same. I was just having this conversation with my friends where we were talking about Huggies and stuff like that. Those things are disgusting now.
They're
Like
nasty.
Oh, yeah,
No,
they
they
took
changed
the
the
sugar
formula.
Suns, the Huggies, all that stuff is disgusting now.
They changed the formula, sugar free.
They changed the formula, yeah.
They
That's
were
all
always
water.
nasty.
They didn't care if we got big when we were young.
What? Always nasty. Them
Oh,
25
It
cent
was always
juices?
nasty.
Man, take that down. I need to
What'd
see
you say?
Shania's face.
Who
What
said
happened?
they were always nasty?
Who said what? What'd you say?
Shania said the 25-cent juices from the Poppy store.
I used to hate them. I only drank
Her
them because
age,
that was
at
the only
her
drink they
age.
Why?
would
She's young. She's younger than everybody.
She's young.
So you might
She's
not
young
know the
that's
OGs.
why.
First of all,
The hug at the barbecue where you just put your finger in
Yes,
the open it
Yes.
up.
Wait,
like
what was
those?
the best flavor? What was the best flavor?
You
if I had
bougie.
to pick the orange
Blue.
one,
You're a bougie.
Blue,
It's either the red one, of course, always
Thank
goes
you,
first.
passing it.
The red one's always
red or
first.
blue.
orange or
Green.
blue.
And that's how you know it was ghetto because they had no name to it. It was red juice, blue juice,
Red
purple
juice, blue juice, purple
orange
juice. That's
juice.
it.
The
Light
purple
blue.
was just nasty. The purple was
Purple,
nasty.
wow.
It was like
It tastes like
medicine.
medicine. Yeah, it tastes like
Yes, see?
Yeah.
Shania, you're too young. You're too young.
She's like
We
20
gotta-
years old, so yeah.
I am
She's
very
a Gen Z
23.
millennial. She's like a tweener.
We gotta talk about
Oh,
this.
She's Gen Z. She's Gen Z. We can't.
Yeah, I actually am. People always group me in as a millennial, and I keep trying to
She's
tell them
Gen
I'm
Z.
not.
She's Gen Z.
She's a tweener. She gets
We
to
still gotta talk about this, Shania. We gotta talk off air. You need some deliverance.
Listen, I used to drink them because that's all they had for kids, but like, if I had my choice, I wouldn't drink it.
She's bougie too. Y'all gotta remember that. And she's bougie, and y'all know she's bougie. She knows she's bougie too. So
I mean, I know
she's what we call a ghetto boo. She's ghetto and bougie. She's like a mixture of the two.
Ghetto boo.
She's a ghetto boo. That's what we used to call her back in the day. Like you a ghetto boo. You know, they try to act, uppity, but they still ghetto at the same time.
Oh god.
And she's a ghetto boo. Honestly, for me, it's between Circus Peanuts are disgusting. It was number 2, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put it.
Is that like peanut butter and stuff like that?
No,
Yeah, no.
they are.
What is
Number 2,
It's
Circus Peanuts
marshmallow.
are disgusting. No, I'm telling you, butterscotch is not. Actually, butterscotch number 5 is not that bad. If you're a
it's not
church
bad.
kid, you have
Yeah,
butterscotch.
you used to that candy.
Yeah.
That's the candy at the bottom of the pocketbook. There's no gum or anything. You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
With the
You got
strawberry
butterscotch.
candy.
Yeah, the butterscotch and strawberry. You don't like butterscotch candy, Maya?
I don't think I ever had that.
Really?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Maya, we gotta make you try it.
What church did you go to growing up? You didn't go here. So
Bethany Baptist
no,
Church.
you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
Don't blame you. You came later on in life. Honestly, mine's between number 2 and number 4 because black licorice is really nasty. It is
Yeah.
disgusting.
I don't know why they make
black
that.
licorice. That's why I
Why
keep
do they
saying
make it?
I've never had it.
It is. It is
I
disgusting.
got tricked. I thought it was something else.
Ugh, but them circus peanuts are horrible too, man.
Circus peanuts are disgusting.
They are just like
So what's in
My
it?
mom loves those. It's
What, circus
marshmallow.
peanuts?
There's nothing in them.
Yeah.
nothing in them.
that.
It's just
Oh, it's marshmallow. Oh.
it's disgusting, yo. Just yo, you know what we should do? We should do like one of those videos where everybody
Eating
like,
it?
they try something for the first time.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Blindfolded.
We know we're not blindfolded. We know what we're eating. Like get the candy. We try circus
Oh
peanut for the
my
first time and
gosh.
get the authentic reaction from
Mm.
everybody.
Yes.
Mm.
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
That
do
would
it.
be good. But
Let's
those
do it.
circus peanuts are not in God's will.
Maya, you gotta buy
Maya,
the candy
get-
corn.
Maya, get in your wheelchair and just roll yourself down to the church, and we'll get some.
You gotta watch out. Mine's flying in that thing. She
I
be
know she do. No, now she be flying. Yeah,
She be moving.
She be moving.
we should do that. Like we try circus peanuts,
That's cool.
some candy corn,
Oh.
and get
Definitely good.
and get an authentic reaction from everybody.
Mm.
So
Okay.
everyone should choose one thing. Because not
Mm.
so everyone should choose one thing
Oh
and
gosh.
then do it.
Okay.
Circus
Mercy.
peanuts are disgusting.
So Maya, what are you going to choose? Are you going because you have to bring one thing to it? So it's going to be candy corn or Peeps.
Mm.
No,
So
she
the-
got to bring something she don't
One
like.
or
She
the
got to bring
other?
something she
Oh,
don't
you
like.
got to bring.
Nah, you gotta bring
She
something
got to
you
bring
don't
something
like.
you don't like. Something you don't
Did
like.
you just say peeps?
Yeah.
She likes Peeps too, so she's
Look at Shania.
Maya,
I told you, Shania.
honey, are you okay?
No.
Fantastic. Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh.
It's fantastic.
What's your favorite flavor?
So I had to bring one that I don't like
Yes.
Yeah. It don't have to be these though, right?
Doesn't have to be
something
these. It
else?
can be anything.
Okay.
Anything. Any
I know.
candy
I
you
can
don't
think
like.
about it.
See, I told you she likes a lot of candy. See, she don't know. She secretly,
Most of
she
what I
secretly,
don't like is on here.
she secretly likes most of these. She just don't want to admit it.
I'll bring the black licorice.
Wow.
Y'all got it.
I'll bring number 3.
Oof.
And that goes.
Oof.
I think Antoine should bring the peanut joys. I mean almond joys.
And the only thing, because you know
bring
that
those two.
do them, you gotta have like a drink with it. The only thing we can have is water because it has no taste.
Oh no.
No.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Yep. All you have is water because you know if you had some like a good something drink, you can just wash it down. No, everyone, you gotta
eat it. You gotta eat it straight. You gotta eat it straight.
So when are we doing this?
I don't know. We'll plan it. We'll figure it out.
Facial.
Yeah. We just gotta figure out a time when she can come up and take when she's No, see, whenever you can come up and take.
Okay.
That wasn't a joke. I was being serious. I don't know your schedule. Yeah. She was looking like, what you mean? I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm trying to be thinking about you. I want you to be healthy.
Gosh. Oh
right.
my gosh. Then we gotta do it with
I was being
food
serious.
I understand. Thank you.
What kind of food?
Stuff that people don't like, just gotta figure something out. Whatever.
You know what, honestly? Ew,
chitlins
are disgusting.
No.
What happened?
Chitlins are disgusting.
Don't bring that.
The name
is
disgusting.
Don't bring that.
Kevin, have you tried oxtails yet?
No, I haven't tried it. I haven't tried any of that, Pastor Nick.
They all right with me.
I haven't tried oxtails, nope.
Right.
I haven't tried a lot of things.
I can see.
we gotta get Des and make some oxtails, bro.
But I've been thinking about a good struggle meal. I want some fried bologna for breakfast one time. That's a country meal.
That's good.
I haven't had that.
Fried bologna and some grits. And some
My
stuff,
dad
man.
just cooked that when I was a kid.
Here you go with your grits.
Let it bubble up and poke it.
Here we go with the grits.
You don't like grits?
No, don't eat grits.
Kevin and Maya are the same when it comes to food somewhat.
No, I eat grits.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Maya, don't leave me on the island. Don't leave me on the island. You may be on one side of the island and we're on the same island.
Kevin, you really don't like grits?
Nah, he doesn't like grits.
Man of God.
It's not that I don't like grits, but like grits is like when it comes to our culture, everybody's like, you gotta have grits. You don't have to have grits.
Make it
have grits. Like, no, you don't. No.
Grits are good when you mix it all together. Grits with the eggs and the meat, mix it all together. It's love, man.
It's a plate of heaven.
How about shabba?
You put meat in your grits?
Yes. You don't let your grits touch your other.
Maya don't let her food touch her food.
I know, but I would have thought at least for this.
Foods touch, but the grits. Eggs,
the grits is allowed to touch.
We already discussed this. When we have a barbecue, we have to get the plates that have dividers for Maya.
No. Bring him back up. You stay out.
I was trying to say
what you gonna say, Kevin.
You gotta get the plates with the dividers because the food cannot touch. You have to little kitty plates that have the dividers. That's what we have to get mine.
We're gonna get her a kitty plate.
I don't care.
She can have a hot dog over here.
I will take the
with the mustard and the ketchup.
You know she loves
and
her
own it.
Wait, so when you do a hot dog, do you do mustard and ketchup or just one?
Nothing. She don't put nothing on it.
Nothing.
You don't put
mustard. I don't like ketchup.
Okay, good. I don't like ketchup either. So I got you. Barbecue sauce over ketchup.
The three of us are like,
let the
barbecue sauce over ketchup.
So wait a minute, Maya. If you eat a cheesesteak, you don't put ketchup on it.
No.
You just eat it plain.
Yeah.
I know your throat be dry. Are you kidding me?
What
type of cheesesteak
you don't really need a lot of ketchup.
Nah,
not a lot, but it's
cheesesteak.
You need something.
Cheesesteak is fried onions, mayonnaise, and ketchup. That is the basic.
Now I can do that with
fried onions, mayonnaise, ketchup. That is the standard perfection cheesesteak.
That's good.
You can take the
I can do that.
But I'm
what
are you?
Where are you from, Kevin?
No mayo. No.
Kevin,
Have you ever tried it before?
He probably didn't.
You probably never tried it.
No.
You don't like
wouldn't
mayonnaise?
even notice.
The mixture of the
Wouldn't
ketchup
even
and the
notice.
Is
mayo
it mayo?
together. Trust me, the mixture, the
wouldn't
swirl
notice.
works.
It makes
works.
a great combination.
It
You won't
works.
notice. You won't notice.
Cheesesteak, fried onions, mayonnaise, ketchup. That's all. That's
Yes,
what.
sir.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna
I'm
take you to
telling you,
Philly, bro.
That's
I'm
the
taking
will
you
of
to Philly.
God right there.
I'll take you to Philly. I'm gonna hook you up. I got you.
I'll go to Hip City and get me a good cheesesteak.
Oh, where?
Hip City.
What is that?
It's a vegan spot.
You're a vegan?
No, I don't eat steak.
That's right. You don't eat beef.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
need like a chicken cheesesteak.
But that's not even chicken. That's
Those
not
are
even
good.
But the vegan's not even chicken though.
But at Hip City, they have cheesesteak.
It's not a cheesesteak. It's not a steak.
You will never know the difference, Pastor Nick.
Yes,
I
you will.
promise.
Yes, you will.
I
I tried
promise you
that
never tried
Beyond
no-
Meat fake meat crap, and it's
No,
not
Pastor
good.
Nick, okay, next time I go to Philly, if I'm in the location of the church, I'm going to bring you one, and you don't even have to say anything to me. Just look at me and just go about your way.
I will try it. When I tried the Beyond Meat and stuff, and I had to dress it up so much to make it palatable.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not disgusting, but I would say it's not good. And you gotta be careful because all that processed meat from them vegans and stuff is not good for you. And all that Beyond Meat is not. It's made in the lab. It's not good for you. You might as well just eat some beef.
Yeah, do it.
Or get some mushrooms and cut the mushrooms up and make it the way you want it. Do it yourself. Because that's they're finding those people that eat all the vegan processed meat are getting like stomach cancer. Gotta watch out for it.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's food made in the lab. It's not real meat.
That's why I don't eat it.
If you look at the package and look at all just the names you can't pronounce and how they make it, I mean, come on.
I'm cool.
It's the Impossible Burger. Well, that's because
cool.
it's going to hurt you later. You might as well just go eat. Anyway, so Kevin doesn't like grits. He's never had jerk chicken. He doesn't like
Jerk chicken.
not
You
jerk
never
chicken. Sorry,
had jerk chicken?
No.
I never had jerk
No.
chicken either.
that was a mistake. And you never had jerk chicken either? Kevin,
No.
what? I'm about you almost
I'm gonna
are
call
like right
Carla.
where this one is over here. Where she at? Right?
Over there.
This one over here. This one over here. This one over here. Just as
Kevin, I'm
bad as this one over here.
disappointed.
We need to. Well, now I understand some people don't eat red meat, and I get that. I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with the red meat.
And you know, I like a good steak every now and then.
I just had a cheesesteak this week.
It was good too, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
know it
fried
was.
onions, mayonnaise, ketchup.
People be like, "Yo, you ever had? You know, these things are like you don't need real beef like a real burger because these bean burgers are just as good, and you can't tell the difference. I can tell the difference.
It looks disgusting.
I can
Yeah.
tell the difference, and I like some black bean burgers are good, but I can tell the difference. It's not real beef.
Okay, so the
Mm.
cheesesteak at Hip City is made with mushrooms.
See, that's what I said. You cut some mushrooms up, and you that
So
way.
it's good.
So you eat a mushroom
Bring
patty?
me one out. I'll try it.
Okay.
Dang.
Fried onions,
do it.
mayonnaise, ketchup,
Just do the real thing, man. You'll
Shout
live.
out to Mom.
and it's not going to taste the same. It's not going to taste the same.
Pastor Nick, I'm telling you.
It's not going to taste the same. When's the last time you had a real cheesesteak?
He probably
Years.
never had.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's been years.
Years. Yeah, years. You forgot how it tastes. That's why you think it tastes the same. It's not the same.
Okay.
Somebody take him to South Street.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just
Word.
saying it's not the same. You can tell the
Take him
difference.
to South Street. Get him a good cheesesteak.
Go to
Oh, I
Ishka
never
Bibbles.
seen them got cheesesteaks and stuff like that.
Go to
Come on.
Ishka Bibbles. No, my favorite is
Ishka Bibbles.
Delisandro's out on in Manioc. Delisandro's is some of the best cheesesteaks in the city. Well, they're outside the city a little bit, but still.
Get some insomnia cookies while you out there too,
Yes, sir.
Oh,
because that's out there in Mania.
My gosh.
I've never had their cookies before.
It's on
Yeah,
Chestnut
it is.
Street.
I never had them. I never went out there to get them.
listen.
Cause
So
I-
you know there's certain foods
Okay.
that you don't like. You want to share, but you can't. You cannot share those cookies with people.
Really?
You want.
Yeah.
And they deliver late at night too.
Because part of me is like, do I want to drive all the way out there for some cookies?
Yes.
They're coming to
But
Jersey.
listen,
Some
go
things
get
are worth
your
it.
cheesesteak and then go get a cookie.
So we're gonna go to Hip City, Pastor Nick, and then we're gonna go. Walk around, walk all that off, and then we'll go get some cookies.
They stay up until 3 a.m.
Well, I'm not going after 3
No,
a.m.
Hello?
never. No,
I'm not trying to be out anywhere after midnight. Hello? I'm getting old now. Like, I'm okay. I've had my time.
He shuts us down at 8 o'clock. You think?
Oh, I had my time. People
sure
like, man, we get to hang out. I'm like, yo, I'm going home. Okay, I'm tired.
Oh, all right. So you're gonna have Hip City cheesesteak, and then you'll have.
I'm not eating it. Count me out.
I would try it though.
Okay. I don't like mushrooms, so count me
out. I'm not a big mushroom dude. So.
I like mushroom. Give me a good portobello mushroom. Woo! I think it's good, man. Yeah, it's good. Especially the right person makes it. It's wonderful.
I think if you're gonna make Pastor Nick eat that, you should try his concoction with the mayonnaise, ketchup, fried onions.
I'll try it. It's not like I won't try it.
No, but I don't know how it's gonna taste with mushrooms. I'm talking about a real
cheese.
But the only problem is you won't eat jerk chicken because that's beef. So I know you're not gonna eat that.
Oh yeah, see, yeah.
Oxtails. Sorry, oxtails. Yeah. So we got to make Maya try something. Kevin, try some jerk chicken.
Maya, that's easy. Give you some.
But we got to get you some real jerk chicken, Kevin, from like a real Caribbean spot, like a real genuine Caribbean spot where they make it. Get some. Yeah, curry chicken and stuff, right?
Ooh.
Kevin, where the heck did you? What? I need to talk to you people who brought you up. What happened to you?
He's just as bad as I am.
Sis, it's not your fault. I don't blame you because I like your mother. It's not your fault. He is at this age now where he should be experimenting and trying new things.
Yeah.
It is not your fault. He is a grown man.
I'm the type of person when I get stuck to something, I don't. My friends know this. Like, I stick to it. I don't really like trying new things sometimes.
You should. You'd be surprised what you're missing out on until you try new things. Like when I first tried fried alligator, I was like, this is really good. It was really good. No, it was good.
No, you would have to trick me when it comes to stuff like that.
It was good.
I got tricked into eating calamari.
It was good too, wasn't it? It was good too.
Calamari is good. Yeah, I got tricked into it though. Lanaya tricked me and I was like, this is good. She was like, yep. Calamari. I was like,
people of color, expand your palate. You'd be surprised what you like.
Yes.
Like, what's the I can't eat it now, but escargot, the snails. Then you take them out the shell. No, first I was like, I ain't eating no snails until somebody made it and said try it. I was tearing them things up.
Look at all of our faces.
You gonna eat some cicadas too?
No, I ain't that deep. No, I ain't going that.
That's the thing.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, they're frying cicadas and eating them now.
Black people, expand your horizons. Try some new things, okay? Yo, you be so stuck on regular food.
Snails?
No, Antoine, trust me.
I don't know.
You go to some.
Where do you have them from? Like, where do you recommend
one of the old chefs made them here, and then I went to like a upscale restaurant, and they made them too.
All right, you got to take me because ain't no way.
And they I tried rabbit at a place, and it was
rabbit.
It's good. Tried. Yeah, it was good. No, the way they made it, it was just get some venison and I like going to bougie restaurants and trying new stuff. It's just
I've had venison.
If you want to try new food, it's good to go to certain restaurants to try them because you can trust that they're going to do it right. They're going to do it right. Okay. Anyway, you can put your little smug little look off.
I didn't say nothing.
No, I said your smug look. I know you didn't say nothing, but that little, like you're disgusted look.
Like she wasn't on the island with me. Come on now.
Right. You notice she left you out here to dry on your own.
You see that? It's all right. It's okay.
What?
It's okay. It's all right.
Look, other people, other races eat soul food. How you think a lot of soul food businesses stay in business? It ain't because we're going there.
Nope.
You go down south.
We get it all the time.
A lot of people, thank you. A lot of people that don't look like us fill them soul food spots up. They may not go in to eat all the time, but they'll order out.
Yeah, get them rib platters.
Some will sit in, some will order and keep it going. I'm trying to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
I want some Waffle House. All right, I gotta go, y'all. It's 8:10. I gotta tape something.
What's that? The closest one, Delaware, right?
Yeah, man. I can't wait till I'm not ready to go out to eat yet, but once I am, I'm going to Waffle House. I'm gonna drive down there. I'm gonna let the Lord have His way. I'm gonna let Him have His way. Get that big hash brown bowl and go to town.
That's the one.
You never been to Waffle House, Kevin?
Yeah, I have. I was not impressed.
Which one did you go to?
I went to one in Atlanta, but I think the one I
clean.
You got to go to a dirty one.
Oh, it was dirty. It was security and everything. It was dirty.
Yeah, you got to.
It was dirty. Yeah.
It's not like you go there and you're expecting like Cracker Barrel food. You're going there because it's country and it's good.
I would try a different one because I've heard good things about Waffle Houses. Yeah. This one I went to in particular, I really did.
The one I went to in downtown Atlanta, I didn't like.
I think that's where I was.
I think that's
if you're like down, no, you got to go to a one where it's like off on a truck stop by a hotel somewhere. Like you could tell they in the those ones you got to go to.
That was downtown because
as soon as you walk in, your stuff sticking to your shoe because they spilled something and they didn't clean it up right. And if I don't trust the clean Waffle House, they don't taste that good. The ones that the people look questionable making the food, they gonna cook it right.
Someone come get y'all pasta.
All right, I'm rambling. I gotta take some stuff. All right, y'all. It's 8:12. Thank y'all for joining us for Fr3sh Friday. We'll be back next month talking about whatever.
Whatever.
Bye.